Welcome back, everybody, to another film room on the channel. Today, we're going to be breaking down interior defensive lineman Armon Watts from the Chicago Bears. Recently just signed a one-year deal with Pittsburgh Steelers. Wanted to break down some of his tape from last season, see what he does well as a player, and we'll kind of just go from there. So just before we get started, please make sure that you like the video. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel. All that stuff helps me out and helps me bring more content to you guys. So just full disclosure here, he is number 96 for the Bears in all of these clips. He's going to be normally lined up either over the center or over the guard. Let's get into it. First play here, I watched all these clips from the San Francisco Niners game from last season. I kind of got a little inside information saying that this was one of his better games of the year, so I wanted to check this one out. But here, San Fran's going to be running a little zone. You see the offensive lineman zone stepping. Really like the get off here. This quick first step, to defeat this reach block from the guard. Lined up, head up almost. You see the rip move, quick hands, shift into the backfield, get some penetration. This fullback kind of comes over, tries to grab him. He just quickly disposes of him to the side, makes a tackle in the backfield. It's a really good rep right there for a defensive stop. Next play here, you guys will see this move a lot in the clips, but one of the things I really like about Watts' game is the hand usage. He is a really good hand technician, especially as a pass rusher. This is really where he wins. Like, he's a solid athlete. He's got good size. But this hand usage, man, is really it's pretty advanced for an interior defensive lineman, and you can tell like why he had so much success rushing the passer with the Vikings 2 years ago. But he's going to be doing what's called a two-hand swipe move here. So basically, when this guard shows his hands high, kind of tries to be a little bit of a two-hand puncher here. Watts is just going to show those quick hands, swipe him to the side, get upfield. If you guys have followed me on Twitter, watched some of my videos, y'all know how big I am on pressure on the quarterback. Pressures, they might not lead to sacks to where they show up in the box score, but they do cause negative plays elsewhere. He's able to move the quarterback off the spot by generating this penetration upfield. Incompletion, they get off the field. I believe that was third down as well. So, some of the pressure numbers he had from his Vikings days 2 years ago were really impressive. I think he finished the season with 33, whereas last year he only had like a dozen. But he was playing a little bit different role in this Chicago defense. So here we're on the outside of the right guard. Again, kind of pretty quick off the ball. Another thing, he doesn't actually make this tackle, but I do like the motor that he plays with. I think he plays, really hard, and that's something that the Steelers have always really valued especially on the defensive line. But again, you kind of see him come off the ball. First off, good leverage. Explodes off the ball, stays low, swim move right over the top, find the ball carrier, get his eyes to the ball, chase down from the backside. It's a good rep. Head up over the right guard here. He moves pretty well laterally. I will say that. I think he's a pretty solid athlete for his size, but he's going to be right over here over the right guard. Does a good job, getting his helmet to where he can see the running back and just kind of tracks his path. Another good run stop. Again, you like to see, your defensive linemen drag these guys backwards, don't get taken for a ride for additional yards after contact. Nice tackle, nice rep there. This is where they had him playing more so in the later on in the video, and I'll show y'all some clips of this as well. But they played him a lot as like a true nose tackle where he was in the A gap, whether it's like a zero tech or shaded or tilted nose. But again, really nice up here. We get a little miscommunication, I think, on where the slide is going. So the right guard kind of loses off the snap here. But again, just another example of, him shooting a gap here, getting upfield, getting that good penetration. See what this does to the quarterback. He's forced to kind of drop his eyes, move up in the pocket, take off for a run. And I'm going to show you guys this too because, some people – pressures don't matter. Like, they're not nearly as important as everybody says they are. This is why pressures are important, man. So watch this penetration that he gets, forces the quarterback off his spot, kind of move up and kind of take this play down. But watch what's happening in the secondary here. This is a Shanahan staple. He's an awesome play action passing game orchestrator, man. Like he constantly designs like awesome shot plays. They're gonna act like they're gonna get two crossers here, but then Ayuk is gonna run this blaze out to the right side of the field. At this point in time, you can see Watts already has Lance moved off his spot, so he's never able to really get his eyes over here to this side of the field to see what's going on. But watch as this thing plays out. We've got a guy wide open here. We've got a guy wide open here with the free safety completely turned and a speed turn. This is a touchdown if he does not move him off the spot. I mean, all you need here is to hit this dude in stride, which I think that's actually Deebo Samuel. That is a touchdown. So that's a touchdown saving pressure late in the football game. So that was the fourth quarter. So really nice play there. Again, like I said, the Bears seem to like play him more in the A gap than he played with the Vikings. I'm not really sure that, at least in my opinion, that wasn't necessarily the best use of his skill set. But where you can kind of make some headway with him is asking him to do some slants. So you see that first slant left. So just moving over a gap. That quick first step, good get off is going to force this double team to kind of miss him. Even the center who's supposed to be coming down like his left side of his body, that slant kind of helps him rip underneath the center's shoulder pads. Going to fill this A gap, and he's going to spill this to his teammates. So the running back has to balance it the other way, and we get the back for a tackle for a loss. So nice play there. Anytime you can get this dude like one-on-one, he's got a chance to win because he offers a little bit of pass rush juice. Again, kind of see him working that two-hand swipe. So this guard, shoots his hands, quick hands, get him off you, get upfield, move the quarterback off the spot, ends up forcing an incompletion. I think this was his lone sack from last season, came against the Jets. Again, this two-hand swipe is obviously the go-to move. He has some other stuff. I've seen him use a cross chop. I've seen him use like a rip. And he has I've seen him use a spin counter too once or twice in the couple games that I watched. But this two-hand swipe, man, it's definitely the go-to move. Like he has a pass rush plan coming off the ball. Does a good job selling outside, kind of threatening outside shoulder a little bit, gets a tackle to kind of overset. Two-hand swipe, the center comes over because of the slide. So this is even a one-on-one rep. He getting doubled here. Continues that motor, drives through that center, ends up taking down the quarterback for a sack. It's a really nice rep. Some of the challenges I think for him, he's not a particularly impactful run defender. I definitely think he's a better pass rusher than run defender, but you'll kind of see him. I think playing him as a tilted nose or a zero tech is not the best use of his skill set. I think he's, going to be a three tech, 4-eye guy in Pittsburgh, and I think that's the best place for him. You can kind of see here they're running zone to the left to his side. He does have a tendency to pop up out of his stance, like stand straight up, which causes him to lose a little bit of leverage. But then he kind of gets caught leaning here, and this center is able to kind of use a snatch and trap move where he's able to kind of just grab his shoulders, pull him down to the turf, and then just kind of bury him. He does make a little bit of an effort here going to the ground after he loses his balance to try to get a hand on the ball carrier, but unfortunately he just kind of runs right through that, and this ends up being an explosive run. So like I said, I think just aligning him as a nose tackle, which they seem to do frequently throughout the season. I think it seemed like there was games where he wasn't doing this as much, and I think that may have been more so personnel based. I know the Bears defense just fell apart as the season went on. They traded some guys, lost some guys to injury. So maybe he was forced in that role just out of necessity. They didn't have bodies. But I definitely don't think that this is the best use of his skill set. Again, another zone run kind of pops up again, a little bit high in the stance. You see the center is able to get underneath his pads, kind of loses his balance, ends up falling to the turf. Another explosive run. Again, lined up at nose tackle here. ends up eating a double team. This center kind of comes off low, but he kind of loses his balance a little bit. But you see, like he just does like the lower body. He doesn't take double teams extremely well. So at the point of attack, like he plays hard. It's just like in his lower body, like he doesn't take these double teams very well. And like when you're playing as like a 0 or 1 tech, like you're gonna incur more double teams in this position. So kind of see him able to get folded, isn't able to anchor, ends up on the turf again for a pancake. So overall, Watts is an intriguing addition. I think that he provides solid depth behind Cam Hayward and Larry Ogunjobi. The Steelers, they just don't really have a ton behind those guys right now. Isaiah Loudermilk kind of had a disappointing sophomore season, in my opinion, to where when he did get the opportunity to play, I didn't feel like he was very impactful or took a step forward. And then you got a guy like DeMarvin Leal, who's a little bit of a tweener at this stage of his career. Is he an outside linebacker? Is he a 3 tech? The Steelers are still trying to figure that out, or maybe he's just going to be a versatile chess piece along the defensive line. But Watts, I'm interested to see. I want to go back and look at some of the Vikings film, and maybe if this film or this clip, does really well on YouTube, maybe I'll go back and watch some of the Vikings film from 2021 because the numbers were a lot better. Like I mentioned, 33 pressures. There's obvious pass rush plan to his game. There's pass rush ability. Love the hand usage. I think he immediately has like more juice as a pass rusher than some of those other guys that they've got kind of in depth spots along the roster. So intrigued by the addition. Not a lock to make the roster by any means, but there's an opportunity there. Depending on who they bring in the draft to carve out himself a role. And he's played multiple spots along the D line too, which you like that versatility, even if I, definitely see him as more of a 3 tech or 4 tech rather than a 0 or 1, like he played a lot in Chicago last season. So if you guys made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you guys for watching. Please make sure that you like the video, drop me a comment, let me know what you thought of the video, let me know what you thought of the signing. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Gonna be hitting it hard until draft season. Appreciate you guys. Peace. You have a good day.